Hello, sports card collectors and investors. I hope that everyone is having an awesome day today. I'm coming at you with a basketball card mail day. But first, before I get started, if you haven't subscribed yet and you're just passing through, maybe it's the first time, maybe it's the second or third time, and you're starting to like what you see, if you could please subscribe for me. Helps me with the algorithm and make sure that you see all my daily videos that come out every day. So thank you again for joining me. I'm excited. I want to share a strategy that I have deployed recently over the last few weeks with basketball cards, trying to diversify a little bit. I know I talk about, I look at modern, I look at vintage basketball, but I've zeroed in on some insert cards actually, and they're optic. So I know I've talked about optic hollow as a set in basketball that I really like to, I guess a parallel of a set within basketball cards that I really like to collect and invest in. And so I'm going to touch on those today and kind of a lot of the players that I'm already focused on that you might have seen in previous videos. But I'm just going to kind of go through my thought process. You can tell me if you like it or if you don't like it. These are just kind of, I'm just kind of sharing my research as potential data point. But it's something that, I wanted to share because I thought that it was kind of something different. That I've been doing, and I wanted to get some feedback from you all. I wanted to get that discussion started. Let me know, if you think I'm crazy, that's perfectly fine too. I know that a lot of people have told me like, hey, instead of buying inserts, you should be buying rookie cards of different players. And Anthony Davis is a player, for example, that I've been targeting. But the problem is that he's gotten so big now that, Anthony Davis Prism rookie cards and PSA are through the roof. I just feel like it's kind of, could they go up more? Maybe, but do I want to buy $1,000 card hoping that it, might get up to $1,500 or something? I don't know. So for me, I'm just trying to diversify a little bit, and we'll see if those Anthony Davis rookie cards are ever affordable again or, kind of in my budget. But for right now, I'm just going to go and kind of dink and dunk with some different things. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. The first guy I'm going to talk about, you might have heard of him, Luka Doncic. I did get, now most of these cards I'm going to be talking about I bought raw, but here are a couple of graded cards. These are the only graded cards in this video. So with Mosaic kind of going nuts, the PSA 10, I recently got a PSA 9, and kind of how I look at this, and I do this kind of multiplier when I'm looking at these. This Mosaic card in a 10 is now going, his rookie card is now going upwards of $1,000. I like the pop reports, and I know you've heard me talk about how I feel about base prism Lukas, and so I'm much more comfortable going with optic and Mosaic for that reason. And so the other card is a PSA 9 optic rookie card. And so for the Mosaic, I ended up having to pay a little bit more. I paid $230 out the door for this. That's about right where the comps are. I mean, there's some that I've seen sell for $200, $210, and that's tax tag, title, out the door cost. The optic I got, I believe, for $115, and then with tax and everything, $125 shipping. But again, if I'm looking at, the PSA 10 is upwards of $400 for the optic. The the PSA 10 for the Mosaic rookie is closing in on $1,000 or crossing over $1,000. So you're sitting at that 25% marker, for those, and that's where I see value for me. Once that starts pushing 35% as far as the difference between a PSA 9 and a 10, then I'll hold off. And so for these at 25%, the PSA 9 compared to the 10, that's a comfortable spread for me to where I wanted to get a couple more of his cards just because I think that those are going to be out of reach, whether we're talking about the Prism base, the Prism Silver, the Mosaic 10, PSA 10, or the optic PSA 10 might still be in the range. Those are the graded cards. Those are the Luka graded cards I got. I've been looking at a couple of different factors. So when I'm looking at sets, if I'm looking at a veteran player or just really any player in that set, typically, unless it's a hot rookie like a Zion, LeBron James is the top of the food chain as far as that set goes. So, and my point here is this, so my next two cards, I got two Luka Mosaic Silver Prisms. So these are fairly rare cards. I got these for about $75 average, tax tag title, all included. And that's about what they sell for now. They're not crazy uncommon to where you can't find them on eBay. You'll find them. But part of the reason why I look at that is the LeBron Silver Prism Mosaic sells in the $160 to $170 range consistently. So to me, again, I'm using kind of that multiplier when I'm buying. Okay, where's LeBron with this card? And then I look down at Luka or Yanis or Steph or some of the other guys that I'm looking at, and what percentage are they selling at in comparison? And that's how I've come up with my strategy for these inserts and kind of with these base cards in these popular sets like 2019 Mosaic and 2019 Optic Basketball. So that is it for Luka. Next, I'm going to talk about Anthony Davis. So the next card, okay, so for Anthony Davis, and for me, I like him because he's on LeBron's team. So anything good that happens with LeBron as a ripple effect happens to Anthony Davis unless he's injured or something crazy happens. But he's on the same team. Anthony Davis is a top 5 player in the NBA. I mean, he's definitely top 10. And he's to me, he's very undervalued, especially when you're looking at these sets. So the first one that I got, let me just check on my pricing here. What I put down everything that I paid. Okay, so this is a Optic Stargazing. This one is actually numbered. So there's hollow of this. This one is numbered to 99. It's kind of a red prism hollow. I got this for $33. To give you kind of an idea of where these cards are for LeBron. So LeBron's cards, these Stargazing cards, can be anywhere from, if it's the numbered kind, it could be $200, $250. If it's just the regular hollow, not the numbered one for LeBron, their sales recently at $142.50. So it's a pretty big difference between Anthony Davis and LeBron. And this is the numbered card. LeBron's card of this is in that $250 to potentially $300 range. So for me, at $33 for Anthony Davis, all day. I love it. Same goes for Jam Masters, and this is a hollow Jam Masters. So there's just a plain base one, and then there's a hollow one. The Jam Masters insert. These cards I've been getting anywhere from $15 to $20. I got a couple of these. LeBron's Jam Masters goes for anywhere from, there's sales at $300 to $375 that I'm seeing on eBay sold listings over the last 2 weeks. So $15, $20 for Anthony Davis, $300 for LeBron. I mean, the difference, and I understand the star power and LeBron is, a GOAT conversation and et cetera, but my goodness, I mean, to me, that seems like good value. I thought it was good value, and so I did get a couple of those. Similarly now there's not such a big spread between these Optic T-321 inserts. Not as much of a big spread as Jam Masters. I believe that LeBron's are, $40, $50, maybe $35. Anthony Davis, $15. So there's not as much of a spread there, but it's still a cool card. And, if they both have success, if the Lakers have success, then, there you go. Next up, I got a couple of these. Again, I'm hot on the Mosaic Silver Prisms. And these were, I believe, on average, I think I paid $35 for one and $25 for another. So that shows you where pricing is kind of all over the place. So I averaged out about $30, $32 with tax a piece. And again, LeBron's of the same card, $160, $170. So I like the spread there between the two. They're both star players. And Anthony Davis will be there, we expect, after LeBron has retired. We assume that he will be anyway. And so if he continues a very stellar, possibly a Hall of Fame career, these have a lot of upside to me. Next up, I am talking about Klay Thompson. I just picked up a few of these. I'm just using him as an example just to show you price points. So Optic Hollow 2019, and then Mosaic Silver Prism, same story, $5 each. $5 each, and that's shipped. So maybe 6 or 7 on one of these, but I know one was like $1.99 plus shipping. So again, no one's talking about Klay. He's kind of out of the picture. He's kind of like Kevin Durant, except Kevin Durant is still, his cards have been very hot. So, but I just wanted to show that as an example. Those are just 3 cards, $5 each. a lot of upside to me with, because I know I've said this, but I believe the Warriors are going to come back strong next year. I think that they have a chip on their shoulder. I think that they feel that, everyone's saying they can't win anymore and they're done. Kevin Durant's gone, and so, the Warriors are dead. I think that the Splash Brothers and Draymond Green are going to come back fired up next season. So I'm excited about that. Speaking of Kevin Durant, so this is just kind of a one-off, but just like LeBron had, kind of a surge with Lakers jersey pricing, I'm looking for Nets stuff. And this was one, I paid a fair amount for it. I paid $50 total. It's a lime green optic Durant, in that Nets jersey. It's numbered out of 149. It wasn't a cheap card, but again, it's numbered. I love the lime green. I'm a sucker for that stuff, so that kind of got me. But, I don't know how Durant is going to do coming off that Achilles. That's a heck of an injury to come back from. I think if anyone can do it, it's him. And I do think the Nets will get hot next season. I think there will be some positive. Him and Kyrie, I think, will make some things happen in the East and make it interesting. So I even though I did pay a lot for a raw card there, I love the look of it. So that's kind of that collector investor mentality there. I can live with that card. If it never appreciates, I just like the cards. All right, next up, I'm talking about our man Yanis. So I picked up, I've got a few of his cards, and again, we're talking about LeBron comparison. So Optic Express Lane, I got a couple of these actually, total of $13 for each of them. And LeBron's are right in that $40 to $50 range typically, their sales over the last few weeks. So again, I just like, and I understand Yanis has not achieved LeBron type feats, but it just seemed like a nice spread, to kind of get in on it. Similarly, I'm going back to Mosaic Silver Prism, Yanis base, base Silver Prism. But again, LeBron is sitting at $160 to $170. This one set me back $29. No. $38. Yeah. This is the one that set me back $29. This is the 2018 Optic Hollow for Yanis. So a little bit less than the other one at $29. But again, and then the LeBron 2018 card here is through the roof. So now that's his first Lakers jersey year, so maybe that's a big part of it. But anyway, I just feel like these are where Yanis looks to be undervalued if we're making comparisons. If he is the next LeBron, if Luka is the next LeBron, I'm trying to find where are the values. There's not, and for me, I'm not finding a ton of value out there for Yanis and Luka cards, just because a lot of the rookie cards are already very expensive. It's not to say that they won't go up any further. Maybe they will. And then lastly, I'm going back to the Warriors, Steph Curry, and these are ones that along the same lines. It's 2019 Optic Hollow, 2019 Silver Prisms, Mosaic Silver Prism. $20 for the Mosaic Silver Prism, $15 for the Optic Hollow for 2019 Optic Hollow Steph. So, could get these graded, but even if I left them raw, I still feel like, these are guys that are tried and true. They in my mind, I think that they're somewhat undervalued. And lastly, I've got a few Jason Tatum, so it's going to seem like a broken record, but again, 2019 Optic Hollows and a 2019 Silver Prism Mosaic. These were all $20 each, shipped, tax tag title. So again, those are all my guys. Those are at least some of them that I feel like offer some good value. And again, some of those are up and comers, but these are not new names for anybody. I don't feel like I'm reaching on any players here. These are names that are they're household names at this point. And so just trying to find, to where I can kind of get in, and find some good value. What do you guys think of these, of my mail day? I'm interested in hearing a little bit more. And who are you guys picking up? Let's get the discussion going. Let me know in the comments. Thank you again for joining me, and we will talk to you again soon. Take care, guys.